malicious and defamatory information on social media. We will be right back. We are experiencing some technical difficulties. Stay with us.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraifa. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
Thank you very much for your patience and for choosing us this afternoon. Moving over with the midday news. Cornelia Ashipala is a grade 6 learner at the Holy Convent School in Windhoek, and she was the 12,500 person in the mobile planetarium on Friday. Yolanda Nil was there.
Makes me feel very proud that actually you guys all really came to our school and really taught us about the good things about space.
Tell me, do you like science?
Yes.
Would you like to go into an industry like that once you are older?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's me and my friend, mostly Jerika. She was mostly the one that was really mostly asking questions, and I feel like she and me would really love it.
Okay, thank you so much and congratulations.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am joined with Zandrey Divenage of the Africa Millimeter Project, and we are at the Holy Convent Primary School, and today we are handing over the award for the 12,500th person inside the mobile planetarium. What does this mean?
Well, I mean, for us, it's a massive privilege to be able to award this certificate to the 12,500th visitor of the planetarium. I mean, this project started 20 months ago in May 2022 when the first Namibians were trained to drive this. Since they were 2 Namibians who knew how to control it, they since have trained others. Now we have a team of 20 Namibians ready to take this planetarium to kids. And they've been traveling Namibia across and taking this to schools and really trying to inspire kids about science and math.
After the break, we return with the visual news. Stay with us.
Welcome to What's Cooking, where culinary passion meets expert insights.
Somebody must really want to cook and want to cook good food.
Immerse yourself in the bustling world of professional kitchens as top chefs create mouth-watering dishes. Join us for in-depth interviews as our host explores the experiences and expertise of our guest chefs. Don't miss out. Tune in to What's Cooking on NTV every Friday at 2100 hours and let the culinary adventure begin.
Nuclear security under spotlight. Namibia will welcome a technical meeting for the contract points for the import and exports of radioactive sources in the region called by an international atomic energy agency from the 22nd to the 24th of April. The cabinet decided to give approval to the Ministry of Health and Social Services to play host. Furthermore, until the year 2027, Namibia will also host the training courses aimed at building nuclear safeguards and safety capacity in Africa, offered by the African Commission of Nuclear Energy in Swakopmund. The cost for facilitating the training will be covered under the Ministry of Health and Social Services budget, and therefore the Cabinet will decide. After the break, we return with a newspaper review. Stay with us.
Neopaints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neopaints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neopaints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
The local aviation sector is waiting with bated breath to see if Namibia's frantic efforts to meet global aviation safety standards were successful or not. A high-level audit team from the United Nations Specialized Agency responsible for aviation, International Civil Aviation Organization, is currently preparing to jet into the country to conduct a safety assessment from the 6th to the 18th of March 2024, which will determine whether the country's aviation facilities meet the said international aviation standards. Following a chain of systematic failure in the aviation sector due to a lack of training of key personnel such as firefighters, which led to the downgrade of the country's biggest airport in 2014, government is optimistic that its house is in order just days before a major safety audit is performed. The Namibia Investment and Promotion Development Board has welcomed revisions to the threshold of income tax on individuals and the envisaged reduction of non-mining corporate tax rates, saying it will spur economic activity. This follows the tabling of a budget by the Finance Minister Ipumbushimi yesterday. The revised threshold for income tax means that individuals earning 100,000 Namibian dollars or less will no longer be required to pay income tax. The increase in the tax threshold from 50,000 Namibian dollars to 100,000 Namibian dollar and an inflation adjustment of 2.5% means that many Namibians, especially those in lower income tax brackets, will be able to have more disposable income, which consequently contributes to economic growth, the NIPDB said. Moving over to Republican. The Port of Walvis Bay's container terminal management contract has been awarded to Terminal Investment Limited of Switzerland, a subsidiary of MSC, the international container shipping giant. This announcement was made on Wednesday by the Chief Executive Officer of the Port Management State Enterprise Namport, Andrew Kanime, in Swakopmund at the 31st Intermodal Africa 2024 conference and exhibition. Kanime said they recently awarded the concession of the container terminal at the Port of Walvis Bay to Terminal Investment Limited and are currently finalizing the process to get the private operator on board. According to him, the agreement will also mean that funding will be available to deepen and widen the entrance of Walvis Bay Harbour, which will allow larger vessels to enter and increase the capacity. Commissioner Nelius Becker, the head of Namibian Police Institute for Forensic Science, and his team yesterday destroyed a huge cocaine shipment worth 206 million Namibian dollars and highlighted several obstacles that complicate this process. Becker said during the event that the shipment that was destroyed was confiscated during a raid at the Walvis Bay Harbour in 2018. Shareholders and affected parties had until February the 23rd to submit well-founded objectives and comments to the Namibian Environmental Commissioner against or in favor of planned uranium mining in the Stamford aquifer. The uranium is set to be mined using the in situ learning process, while the operator of the project, the mining company Head Springs Investment, was presented as a Kazakh company in Leonardville in September 2021. Spokesperson Ryan van Rooyen corrected this months later. It was a 100% Namibian registered exploration company owned by the Russian company Uranium One. Moving over to our next story, on the front page of on the third page rather of Allgemeine Zeitung, Allgemeine Zeitung is attending to the police, which is advising the public against spreading false, misleading, unfounded, malicious, and defamatory information on social media. An Namibian activist is apparently spreading such a false information. It is unfortunate that some content of police files that are still under investigation are being circulated on social media and are undermining the system and process in place and disrupting the administration of justice. This was stated by the police in a media statement released in response to various allegations made by activist Michael Amushelele on social media last week. We have more newspaper review coming up shortly. The Anti-Corruption Commission is investigating a case which the principal of Herman Primary School in Windhoek allegedly awarded a tender to construct classrooms to a company in which she is the co-owner. The tender was for the construction of 6 classrooms, a storeroom and toilets, and cost the school more than 1.1 million Namibian dollars. The school's principal, Maureen Gottlieb, allegedly awarded the classroom tender without following procurement policies. Now moving over to our next Namibian story, the key accused in a reportedly delayed trial of 4 men charged in connection with the theft of cattle and killing of the stock theft investigator in the Omaheke region more than 11 years ago is again applying to be granted bail. Testifying before acting Judge Alfred Siboleka in the Windhoek High Court on Thursday, Stockley Kauyeo said he is experiencing health problems for which he is not receiving the required diet and medical attention while being held in custody at the Windhoek Correctional Facility. The Electoral Commission of Namibia said the institution to hold political parties accountable for Electoral Act needs to be amended to give it a requisite power. The ECN Chief Electoral and Referenda Officer Petro Sharma confirmed that the Act in its current form does not enable the Commission to get political parties to account for the donations they receive. To ensure compliance with funding regulations, the ENC may need enhanced investigative powers, stricter enforcement mechanism, and the authority to impose penalties on non-compliant parties and individuals. Beneficiaries of the social grant in Keetmanshoop welcomed their monthly increment of 200 with mixed feelings after not receiving the major increase they had hoped for. Finance and Public Enterprise Minister Ipumbushimi increased the social grant from 1,400 Namibian dollars to 1,600 Namibian dollars with effect the 1st of April this year, while tabling the 2024-2025 national budget. The 64-year-old Eric Klute said he pinned all his hopes on receiving the social grant of 2,000 Namibian dollars as the state pension grant is the only only income that he has. And finally, in Market Watch, an increase in civil servant earnings will filter through to consumer-related industries as these government employees will have bigger buying power. The total public service wage bill for 2024-2025 will exceed 35.4 billion Namibian dollars and is about 2.6 billion Namibian dollars, or 8% higher than the estimate for the previous budget. The new wage bill makes provision for the increase of 5% in the wages of a civil servant. After the break, we return with economic news. Stay with us.
Welcome to My.NA Cars, your ultimate destination for everything automotive.
I am your host, Diana Master. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Discover the latest models, innovative technologies, and expert insights from our passionate hosts. Learn essential maintenance tips and get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the automotive industry. Don't miss My.NA Cars on NTV every Thursday at 2100 hours. Tune in and ignite your passion for automobiles.
Algeria is looking to cast itself as a critical supplier of natural gas for European countries, seeking to lessen their dependence on Russia as it welcomed Thursday envoys from energy-rich nations to a key summit. For 3 days, Algeria will host leaders from 13 other nations in its capital of Algiers, including Russia, Iran, Qatar, and Venezuela, as the industry confronts warning demand for oil and gas and new competition from renewable energy sources. The summit will offer participants a chance to coordinate on investment and ties with purchasing countries and to further develop production capacity. Now let's have a look at our economic indicators. The Namibian dollar trades for 24 Namibian dollars, 18 cents to 1 British pound, 20 Namibian dollars, 72 cents to 1 euro, 90 Namibian dollars, 20 cents to 1 US dollar, and 2 Namibian dollars, 67 cents catch your 1 Chinese yuan. Namibia Asset Management Ltd remains the same on the local share, while Namibian breweries have increased with a 0.03%. That also includes Lesego, who increased with 2.50%. The local index have increased with 0.12%, while the overall index closed with 0.05%. Two commodities have dropped, that is platinum and copper, with 0.99% and 0.42% respectively. Gold has increased with 0.47%, while Brent crude oil have increased with 1.03%.
Welcome to What's Cooking, where culinary passion meets expert insights.
Somebody must really want to cook and want to cook good food.
Immerse yourself in the bustling world of professional kitchens as top chefs create mouthwatering dishes. Join us for in-depth interviews as our host explores the experiences and expertise of our guest chefs. Don't miss out. Tune in to What's Cooking on NTV every Friday at 2100 hours and let the culinary adventure begin.
In news from Africa this afternoon, Tanzania's second president Ali Hassan Mwinyi Thursday died at the age of 98. News of Mwinyi's death was announced by President Samia Suluhu Hassan. Mwinyi served as president of Tanzania between 1985 and 1995. He succeeded the founding president Mwalimu Julius Nyerere. Mwinyi was 3 months away from his 99th birthday. He had had been in and out of hospital with a chest illness since last November. Mwinyi is credited for introducing multi-party elections and easing state control of the economy. After the break, we take a look at international news. Stay with us.
Welcome to My.NA Cars, your ultimate destination for everything automotive.
I am your host, Diana Master. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Discover the latest models, innovative technologies, and expert insights from our passionate hosts. Learn essential maintenance tips and get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the automotive industry. Don't miss My.NA Cars on NTV every Thursday at 2100 hours. Tune in and ignite your passion for automobiles.
Meta said on Friday, the 1st of March, that it will not enter into new commercial deals for traditional news content in Australia, France, and Germany. Meta will discontinue a tab of Facebook which promotes news in Australia and the United States, it said in a statement, adding that it cancelled the news tab last year in the UK, France, and Germany. The decision pits Meta against the Australian government, which under a 2021 law opposed by Meta has the power to appoint a mediator who determines how much big tech firms pay for news links. News publisher and governments like Australia have argued that Facebook and Google unfairly benefit when links to news articles appears on their platform. Australia government said it is seeking advice from a Treasury Department and the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission about its big next step. After the break, we return with local news. Stay with us. The Finance Minister Ipumbushimi announced the allocation of 679.4 million Namibian dollars to the Ministry of Sports, Youth and Social Services for the 2024-2025 financial year. This represents an increase of 45.3% from last year. And with that, we've come to the end of this afternoon's broadcast of NMH at 1. We will be back Monday, same time, same place. Good day.